Tom, obviously a 2-1 loss today, but where do you even start beginning to assess that game?
First half, I thought we were terrible. I felt, considering, it's a local derby and it's a game that people have been looking forward to for a while, I just thought we were very below par in the first half physically. Just didn't really have any proper physicality or aggression about us. And the goals we conceded were unbelievably soft. But I just, as bad as we've been in the first half, I knew that if we rallied and I knew if we scored a goal, I did feel the game would change. We felt that their mentality was such that if we scored a goal and got back into it, that they would find it very difficult, and that's how it proved, because they became very sort of flaky, and we were dominating, and then obviously we feel gutted with the penalty we've missed at the end, and then we're obviously exceptionally aggrieved by the decisions that came before that. I think everyone in the ground can see that the first one is a penalty, and that would just give us a bit longer to chase the next goal. So I'm proud of how they played in the second half. Very disappointed with the first half showing, and once again there's been some very what can I say? Well, just some incorrect decisions, big decisions again. And to be fair, I looked at for the first penalty. I looked at the referee, had a lot of people in his way, but the linesman's looking straight at it, and you just think, he's got the gumption to flag and disallow the goal, but clear penalty. He's not prepared to get involved, and again for the goal that he's disallowed, you can see that there's a player on the line. You can see it's not offside. So when it's that clearly wrong, and yet he puts his flag up, if he's not sure, he shouldn't be giving it. So to put his flag up when it's so clearly wrong is unbelievably disappointing. But I feel sorry for the ref from that point of view, because the linesman has to, it's the linesman's errors in a way on both of those occasions. But we can't, once again, we can't dwell on it. We probably paid the price for a very poor, first half. But we talked about at half time that if we put them under pressure, that they would find it difficult, and that's how it proved.
Obviously you went 1-0 down. How much do you feel for Jake Viney as well, for his part in that goal? Seemed to get caught underneath the cross.
Yeah, it's difficult, and then I think we still do better in defending the header, and then there's no one's he's unmarked in the middle. It is just a bad goal, but I felt the goalkeeper, particularly second half, I thought he did very well. It's a real difficult game to come into, so I thought overall he did well, certainly in the second half.
Yeah, obviously pretty experienced goalkeeper, isn't he? You must be delighted to pick him up.
Yeah, I mean, it was just an horrendous situation to be in. 3 days before the game, but with all the league office only opened for 2 hours, I think, this morning. The FA not even open, so there was no scope for a loan that would involve the FA. So there was just so many limitations on us. So yeah, I thought it was good to bring him in. I thought he did us proud overall.
Yeah. What were sort of the main frustrating points for you in the first half?
I just felt we didn't show enough conviction, in and out of possession. When we had the ball, we just looked a little bit indecisive. We didn't really, we weren't positive enough, and out of possession, I felt we didn't anticipate things enough. We didn't probably get tight enough and disrupt things enough. So just sort of overall very poor. But Poole, credit to them, they did well in the first half. But like I say, obviously we've talked beforehand about their mentality. Felt it was something that we could take advantage of, and if they were put in a pressured situation, it's just unfortunate for us that it probably happened a little bit too late. If we put them in a pressured situation right from the start, then I think it would be an unbelievably different outcome, because we're aware that they would find that difficult.
Obviously, towards the end of the game, almost with the last kick, very, very difficult moment for Shaq. He did so well to win the penalty, but then saw his effort saved.
Yeah, he was just one of those things. He had the courage to take it. Obviously, he's missed one. He missed one previously in the dying embers of the game, but he's had the courage to take it. He's a top lad. No one's critical of him. It's just us as a group have fallen a little bit short, and the circumstances don't need to be personalised.
With your return against Poole, your first game in charge, having left Poole against them, what was your sort of overall assessment on a personal level of today? And obviously 1,600 people, largely in your favour.
Yeah, I thought I thought it was a good atmosphere. I thought both sets of supporters were doing their best to push their team on. I've always said I don't the Poole supporters, it's up to them really in terms of what their perception is of me. I can't alter that. What I find very, very disappointing is that there's players that have demonstrated some moral fibre and some loyalty, and I'm given unbelievable service to that club. I feel that it disappoints me that that's really overlooked. The players that have come here have given amazing service to that club, got paid less than they could have been paid at other clubs, played on a school field for years, just gave their all, and I just feel, hopefully, I think with the passage of time, what they will Spetz, Jack Dixon, Corby Moore, what they gave to that club will end up being appreciated. But supporters just look at, they're not really interested in the morals of it, which I understand. But perhaps in time, the amazing service that those players gave the club will be properly appreciated.
Okay, final question on the new signing announced before kick-off. What led you to bring in?
Well, we think Johnny's, he's raw, but we feel he's someone that will improve. He's got pace. He's direct. I think it was a difficult game for him to come into. Perhaps with the benefit of hindsight, we wanted to try and get him some minutes against Chesham. So he's come into this, have completely cold. He's had to start the game in a real cauldron of an atmosphere. So it's difficult circumstances, but I thought he did well enough, and I feel he'll have better days to come. And obviously we announced the agreement that Luke Roberts is coming here today, and that's amazing news as well. He's not going to be fit for a little while, but he could end up being one of the best players that Dorchester supporters will have the privilege of seeing if he can get back to anything like the levels he's been at previously.
Okay, exciting one to watch for the future then.
Yeah.
Tom, thank you very much for your time.
No
Cheers.
problem, thank you.